The Kogi State governorship race is set, and more than 15 citizens of the state have shown interest, and some have picked their expression of interest and nomination forms. At the All Progressives Congress APC National Secretariat Abuja, some of them spoke extensively about their plans to journalists. Our reporter who monitored from the sister stations has more.
Kogi governorship race is gathering momentum since the sales of interest and nomination forms was announced. 18 members of the All Progressives Congress (APC) have picked their expression of interest and nomination forms. At the APC Secretariat, some of them who spoke to journalists about their vision and mission said Kogi can be better. Shuaibu Abubakar Audu said it is his desire to build on the legacies his father, late Prince Audu Abubakar, left, as well as continue where the present administration will stop.
And I want to present myself today to the people of Kogi State that I can carry on the mantle and take the development of Kogi State to a new level. The reason why I purchased the governorship form is to build on the legacy of the current executive governor of Kogi State, Governor Yahaya Bello, particularly in the areas of infrastructural development as well as security. He has done a very good job in those two areas. Thirdly, and very, very importantly, is also to honor the legacy of our great father, our great political icon, Prince Abubakar Audu of blessed memory.
The senator representing Kogi Central, Yakubu Oseni, promised to consolidate on the achievements of Governor Yahaya Bello. He said he is fit for the position.
There is this slogan that says, "An idle mind is a devil's workshop." I'm very creative. If you follow my trend, right from banking sector to Kogi State Internal Revenue Service to the Senate, I'm very, very creative. First, when we are given the opportunity, job creation. Once there is job creation, all the problem is solved. And of course, when we say job creation, people may be thinking we are going to employ people in Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Industry, Ministry of this. No, that is not what we call job creation. We create an enabling environment. Bring in investors. Give the people what they need to fetch for themselves. Once everybody is gainfully engaged, the level of insecurity will collapse. Hunger will collapse. All the social vices will go away. Then the society will be good for everybody.
Engineer Oziraji Oyems described Senator Oseni as a humbled gentleman and said his kind of person is who Kogi State needs. He vowed to support him all the way.
This is to ensure that the land of Kogi experience a diversional great leadership that will impact on the lives of others. But since I met Senator Oseni while putting that book together, I knew I met a gentleman of repute, an endangered species. Right here, I have met Audu's son. I've met a smarter DME, and we all agreed we were going to go to farm and cultivate. But when I and distinguished Senator Oseni spoke yesterday, I realized that two captains cannot drive the same boat. So I want to speak clearly and encourage everyone here. A lot of people had picked the form. I had gotten my teller, and my team are outside. The drum beat is going to go between today and tomorrow. But I'm saying clearly that I'm stepping aside. If you go out to see my posters and my banner so that we can work together. So my brother, I want to assure you of the support of the Igbiras in diaspora, Igbiras in Ikwehi, Igbiras in Ihima, Igbiras in Ajakuta. Please support distinguished Senator Yakubu Oseni.
We are affirming that he's a gentleman, and we're also affirming that if given the opportunity, he is going to make Kogi State a better place.
Another aspirant, Sanusi Ohiare, who is the youngest among them, said at 37, he has acquired enough experience to govern the state.
And my single motivation of being part of the solution led me to studying economics at my undergraduate level, a master's in energy finance, and obtaining a PhD in rural energy development at 29. Fresh out of university, I had the opportunity of working for a top-tier government agency in Nigeria, but I deliberately chose instead to develop myself and seek solutions to solving the rural electrification challenges of our country by accepting a job offer with an international development agency that was focused on supporting the Nigerian government develop policies, regulations, and generate data on rural electrification. My work took me to the most rural and neglected communities in Nigeria, where I saw firsthand the impact of lack of electricity in extremely rural communities and how it affected every aspect of their lives, and how this can be traced to the inactions of politicians at various levels. I also saw how the lack of appropriate government policies, regulations, and models and plans have hampered prioritization of renewable energy and rural electrification in the country. It was in the course of this journey, especially having helped develop the right policies, plans, and regulations for government, that it became imperative to be part of its implementation on the other side. This was how I got appointed as an executive director at the Rural Education Agency at the age of 32, the youngest appointee of Mr. President then. It was at the Rural Education Agency as the pioneer executive director of the hitherto comatose fund that I got the opportunity through creating enabling programs and appropriate business models and guidelines, and working collaboratively with various stakeholders to attract funds from private sector, international development agencies, and other commercial banks, and were able to raise over $600 million for various electrification programs for project implementation in rural Nigeria.
Ohiare commended the present administration of Muhammad Buhari and Yahaya Bello, who he said have laid a good example he must follow.
Permit me to use this medium to thank President Muhammad Buhari for appointing me for the first 5 years in March 2017 and reappointing me in January 2022 for this very important role, which has afforded me the opportunity of tremendous personal, professional, and political growth. However, none of these would have been possible if I didn't dare to dream, and if God did not use an enigma and a colossus in the persons of Yahaya Bello to inspire every Nigerian youth to be courageous and take the bull by the horns and make hay while the sun shines. Kogi State has made tremendous progress under the dexterous leadership of His Excellency Yahaya Bello, who became governor of Kogi at the age of 40 and widely opened his doors for women emancipation and youth in politics and governance over the last 7 years. Under Alhaji Yahaya Bello, Kogi State has inched closer towards a more perfect union, given the prevalence of the ethnic divide before he assumed office in 2016, which is evidenced in the current dimension of the Kogi race for governorship, where voters are no longer considering your ethnicity or your religion, but researching on your person, your character, your antecedents, and capacity to deliver.
Recall in our last report, we told you that the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Yahaya Bello, Abdulkarim Muhammad Jamil, and Senator Smart Adeyemi have also picked their farms. The State Deputy Governor, Edward Onoja, State Accountant General, Momo Jibril, State Auditor General, Yakubu Okala, Local Government Auditor General, Usman Ododo, State Contractor, Engineer Friday Idachaba, and Deputy National Publicity Secretary, APC, Moritala Ajaka, have also picked. On the side of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, 8 members already picked their party interests and nomination forms, among which is Yomi Awani, the former Kogi State Deputy Governor. The INEC has scheduled April 10 for a primary election that will produce flag bearers of both parties and many others. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.